Hey guys, I am back today with a super quick episode where I'm going to be talking about the power of mastermind and a little bit of tough love. All right, here we go. I ran marketing departments in corporate America for 10 years and then ran a digital agency for over another 10 years. So I know the roadmap to online success, and that formula always includes producing content to share your message, from your marketing message to sales and delivery. Hi, I'm Jennifer Neal, and you're listening to the Content Toolbox. I believe the secret to finding and creating raving fans online is through you. In building relationships through stories that share who you really are, create genuine, crazy, raving fans that keep begging you to take their money. And on this podcast, we'll be talking strategies, tactics, tips, and more with myself and other industry experts. So buckle up and start your engines, because it's go time. Okay. Hello. Welcome to another episode. And I wanted to talk about the amazing things that can come content-wise from a mastermind. I just returned from a mastermind retreat with just 4 close friends. Now, typically a mastermind will be somewhere between 6 and 12 people, but there were 4 of us willing to brave the COVID and head up into the mountains. We literally secluded ourselves in the mountains and had 2 full days where we just went through and we were able to just talk about things that were happening in business and practices and ideas and how well did this work and how well did this not work. And it was just so amazing to be able to connect with other business owners and let down kind of some of that veil and just really open up and be like, yeah, this totally didn't work, or this is what I'm doing that's like amazingly working, right? So it was really, really fantastic. So we actually rotated around and did one person as a hot seat. And so that person got to talk about like, here's what I'm working on and here's where I'm stuck. And all the rest of us were then able to kind of chip in. And because it was such a small group, we literally dug in for probably 2-3 hours on each person's business, just talking through, here's some thoughts, here's some ideas, here's what I have seen. What about trying this? How do you feel about this? And what's really cool is even when it's somebody else's turn, quote unquote, that you're able to hear what's being said or what you're even saying. Because how many of us, I am the guiltiest of this, can give advice to other people and not take it for ourselves. I can literally tell somebody else with the exact same problem, or issue or whatever it is that's going on, like, oh yeah, why don't you just try this or this? When it's funny, I can't tell myself the same thing. So it's funny to be able to sit and listen to somebody else getting advice. And then you're like, oh, wait, that totally works for me too. Wait a minute. So you get value out of sharing with, out listening to other people's hot seats. So it's so, so valuable. And honestly, I mentioned, I'm going to talk about a little bit of tough love. It's so difficult for us sometimes to make decisions that are ones that like we know in our heart we need to make, or I'm trying to still be very careful to not share any of the actual information because it is all private, right? But it's the difference of like when you're listening to your parents or your kids are listening to you versus then going out and hearing something from a friend. It can be the exact same thing. However, it may not resonate until you're hearing it from somebody different. And when you are in a tight hot seat group or with a close group of trusted friends, it's a better place to get a little bit of tough love. And I think all of us got a little bit of tough love with this. Like, okay, this is really cool, but I don't understand what you're doing here. So it's awesome to be able to kind of take a perspective step back and go, yeah, that makes a little bit of sense, but not something that we ever would have thought of. This episode is getting super ambiguous, but here's what I want to talk about. It is ultimately powerfully important to connect with people that you trust, who are also in business, who are like-minded, who you can bounce ideas off of and share ideas with other people, because there's different things that happen to you when you are coaching versus sharing versus making decisions on your own. So just honestly, your own internal dialogue, your own content that's happening, like your own story, can change whether you're writing it down, whether you're speaking it, or whether you're helping somebody else. And so I think it's super important to still try to put together these types of groups and really have that connection with people who can help you in various different situations. So if you have not done a mastermind ever or recently, I'm going to challenge you to go find a few people. And even if it's a Zoom thing, spend an hour on each person's business, spend a half an hour, 10 minutes, whatever you can do, but really just dig in and see how you can all help each other. Because by helping somebody else, chances are you're going to help yourself with things that you may not have ever even known were problems or issues or hurdles that you could overcome. So that's it. I'm going to keep this episode super short, but you guys go check out, give it a try, and let me know. Like little mini masterminds like that, the most epically amazing. And if you can get away from technology and retreat to somewhere where you're not bothered by the day-to-day, that is even more important. So I challenge you to go give it a shot. All right, let's see you guys in the next episode. All right, if you are looking for more tips and information, check out the Content Toolbox. We are taking tips and snippets and freebies and giveaways and all sorts of amazingness from every one of our guests that comes on to the podcast. And that is going into the Content Toolbox. All you have to do is log in. So go check it out, completely free, amazing information. All right, see you guys. I don't know where it's coming from. I think that'll do.